we are with a pilot that probably all of you know. It's a myth in the aerobatic world. It's Rob Holland. Hi, Rob. How are you?
I'm good. Pleasure to be here.
I remember that Rob Holland that appears in 2011. Nobody knows him here. World champion in Foligno of freestyle. What has changed since that moment till today?
Man, a lot has changed. I mean, I've learned a lot more. It's been great to be around the sport and around great aviators like yourself. You know, for me, it's just a matter of like taking an inspiration from all the people that I enjoy watching, like you and Martin Shaka and some of the French pilots. And it just inspires me to try to be better and be more creative and try to improve. So hopefully I'm a better pilot today than I was back then in 2011.
When you appeared in 2011, it was a shock because yes, an American can win a world championship of freestyle. Zach Heffley did it in 2007. From that moment, you were not just a freestyler. We have seen you going up and up and up. You are one of the best, no doubt, pilots in the world in freestyle and in classic. So you are a complete pilot. When you began, you were top pilot in freestyle, but now, beware Rob Holland, he can take everything. How did you plan the championship?
So for me and most of the American team, it was actually a pretty big struggle. There's a lot of hurdles thrown at us along the way. The biggest just trying to bring over our own aircraft. We couldn't get insurance because of what's going on in Ukraine. So many of us had to struggle to find another airplane to use. It's kind of like showing up at a competition with one hand tied behind your back. You know, I'm very grateful. Aude Lamadant let me fly her airplane, which was great, fantastic airplane, but it feels different than mine. It's set up different. It's like running a race in somebody else's shoes. You know, so it felt like a little bit of a handicap, but we worked hard, we trained hard, and I think we did okay. I think we could have done better in our own machines, a little more preparation, but I'm pretty happy with the results.
What do you think about the classic? What have been your feelings regarding, for example, the French team that has been just taking off?
Well, I mean, one, obviously they're incredible to watch. They're obviously a very good team. I think the big difference is they are a professional team, right? They're well-funded, they're well-trained, they're half military. And that's not a shot at them, it's just the fact. They're a very professional team. And there's many of us coming here not as a professional team. We're self-funded, we're trying to pay our own way, we're trying to figure stuff out on our own. Yeah. So it's a big difference. It's I don't want to say it's a handicap, it's a little bit of a handicap. But the flying is obviously exceptional. You know, it's really a pleasure to watch them fly, it's inspirational, and it makes me want to work harder to get better. You know, I want to try to get to that level, so it's, in a way, it's good.
Back to the freestyle. We have seen same Rob, of course, not the same plane, different plane. I'm going to speak first to myself. That you, Castor, you passed 4 seconds for the limit, and of course it doesn't affect the general results. Yeah. But happened the same to you, no?
Oh yeah, yeah. So it's my fault. So,
it was my fault as well.
Yeah.
Huh?
But I started the flight. I did my last wing wag. I hit the timer. Started going. About 2 minutes in, I looked at the timer and it was still on 0. It never started.
Ow!
So I was like, oh no. So I just kind of went on feel and I was over.
Yeah.
So.
And only 10 seconds over just by feeling.
Yes. Yeah, but it was 100 points and I lost it by 90 points. So it made all the difference.
So that means a world championship.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry for that because the flight was Rob, as usual. How do you see the aerobatic flight, the sport in this moment?
I think it's tough. I think it's a really big financial challenge for a lot of people, and that's probably the biggest hurdle. It's a lot, and I know at least in the United States, I can't speak for over here, but it's a lot harder for younger people to get into the sport simply because of the cost. Yes. And there's not a lot of support for them to scholarships or sponsorships or whatnot. It's very hard to come by. I think we're missing a lot of really good opportunities with some potentially talented pilots simply because they can't afford to do it. It's a very personal sport because there's no defense. It's not like you can block the other guy or tackle him, right? So it's very personal, and it's really all about self-improvement. You can't affect what somebody else is going to do in the cockpit. All you can do is affect how you're going to perform in the cockpit.
Guys, has been a pleasure to be with you. Pleasure to be with Rob. Thank you very much. And, well, see you soon.